Welcome in to DNVR Bets Daily, another edition of the show, a Monday edition of the show, and another edition, Andre, when we've got double Denver sports today. It's obviously incredible. Nuggets coming up here in just 30 minutes, so we're going to get to that quickly. But first, we must look back on a tough weekend. We really had to grind it out after an absolutely disastrous Friday night. Capped off by the Rockies and Wade Davis. Absolutely just laying a fatty right on our bet, because
two bets.
I listened back to the show today, and we said Rockies win and it goes under, and I was like, I'm thinking of like a 5-3 easy under, and you said something like, I might take the Rockies over 4.5 and the Padres under 4.5, like a little 5-4 match. It's 5-4 in the ninth with 2 outs.
It's perfect. Done deal.
Perfect setup, and Wade Davis hangs one to Fernando Tatis Jr., who hits it a long ways and ruins our night. And actually, there was still a chance that we could have gotten a solo shot for the Rockies or just a walk-off run.
Right.
And still won our bet. Well, then he gives up a 3-run jack three batters later, and we lose our bet. So that set us off on the wrong foot, and it truly sent me into like a spiral.
It was bad.
Just a betting spiral. Then I doubled down on Harden and Doncic bets.
Very bad.
Both of those miss. I woke up on Saturday. I don't even remember what I was just throwing. I was just throwing money in random areas, just losing. And Dre, I got to the point where I parlayed. The desperation parlay of Rockies and under on Saturday night, and thankfully that pulled me out of the spiral. But there was, and this isn't just bets we gave out on the show. Bets we gave out on the show, I actually did okay throughout the weekend. But on my own personal account, I think I had lost 6 or 7 in a row before I hit that parlay. So it was a tough Friday night into Saturday night, a 24-hour period of just disaster.
Yeah, I mean, Friday was the disaster for me because I also had Gray under or over 5.5 strikeouts. Didn't happen despite him pitching a gem. Doncic, Harden didn't get the 3, so it was like an 0-6 day. It was devastating. And then every other good value bet I seem to have throughout the weekend, I somehow put in a parlay that I didn't cash out on soon enough. I didn't hedge that big Harrison parlay, which looked automatic because all we needed the Sixers, and at one point I could have bet the Pacers live at plus 800 to get the most economical hedge. Got greedy, didn't do that, so just disastrous. But we're ready to be on the right track. The Rockies going 2-1 against the Padres was great. I've been pounding that table for a month, so luckily I was on record for that many times.
Should have been a sweep
prior to this.
Should have been an easy sweep.
I mean, they should be undefeated, Ryan. They should be. I know it's nitpicky, but
if you go back to that first game, there wasn't anything fluky that happened. They got outpitched by 1 run.
That's right.
So aside from that, they should be 7-1, and they're 6-2 though. And you look at what we talked about. Aside from we went outside of Denver, we never should have because we gave out the 3-point props. But aside from that, the Avs win. The Avs win.
I mean,
one of the most epic finishes you could ever imagine in hockey. The Rockies win 2 out of 3, so that gets you to 3-1, and then the Nuggets lost. So it's a 3-2 weekend for the Denver sports teams in the 5 matchups, and there's value there. You would have been happy with those results.
Sure.
So in the end, in Denver we trust continues to pay off.
Sure does. And we were kind of on record, don't take the Nuggets. So if you listen to us, it should have been a 3-1 weekend.
Actually, I was not on record saying that at all. I said, forget what the DNVR Nuggets guys are saying. Take the Nuggets. And they were right, and I was very wrong.
I might have put the Nuggets in an underdog-only parlay, which got me a nice buyout because I had Arsenal to win the FA Cup in there, but didn't cash out soon enough.
Take the buyout.
Always take the buyout, guys. I am so on board with Arcade's theory now.
Always take the buyout.
All about it.
Okay, so quickly here, we've got 23 minutes till tip-off for the Nuggets. We got to get a lock of the game in. And, man, so we had the Jokic prop the other night, and then his over-under on points, rebounds, assists was 35.5. He ends up doing 34. which that's tough if you took that bet. But
well, and if the game was more competitive and he just plays like an extra 40 seconds, we probably get that.
I know. I did the same thing with Lonzo Ball later that night. Or no,
Lonzo's
that was Saturday.
Dead to me after he lost me that Pelicans bet, just so we know.
I had 25.5 for Lonzo Ball, and he was tracking, and then they were getting blown out by like 600 points by the Clippers. They took him out. He didn't even play the fourth quarter. So that's been tough. Anyways, I'm going back to Jokic here. I'm just going to take out the rebounds and assists because I feel like those are more volatile.
Sure.
It's over 20.5 points for him today, and he is the offense.
Yes.
No Will Barton, no Jamal Murray. Those are your
Gary
two big
Harris.
scoring threats. Yeah. Maybe MPJ gets hot, which the Nuggets would need if they're going to win this game.
Yeah.
But for me, I think Jokic is going to have to score over 20 points today, if the Nuggets are even going to be in the building.
Totally. Yeah, and I think even over 37.5 points, rebounds, assists combined, not the safest. You've talked me off.
That's a lot of points, rebounds, and assists.
It's a lot. You're right. But look, they're missing 43, just based off the past 2 Oklahoma City games, 43.5 points combined from those 3 guys missing, Barton, Murray, Harris. Over the course of the season, they've averaged 44.3. So missing that is just huge. Not only will they be counting on Jokic a lot to score, Paul Millsap, 12.5 over at plus 110. That's nice value. And if the Nuggets are going to do anything, I think Millsap has to get at least in the 15 range. So you just talked me into that being my lock. So there you go.
There you go. Millsap, you're betting on dad.
I sure am. Yeah.
All right, Millsap over 12.5. Harrison's over here listening. And what do you think of that?
I like that.
He likes it.
He likes
there
it.
You go.
Okay.
Harrison approved.
Harrison approves. I'm all about it.
Love
you know
a good
that.
Harrison approval. So there you go. That's where I feel on that. I mean, I don't know about this game.
You can buy some points. I thought Nuggets at plus 9 might be a nice safe play. You can get that under 200. The money line's at plus 180. I mean,
you don't feel
we knew
great.
the Heat game was going to be a loss now.
I think we're gonna learn a little something about how they just feel about this 8-game.
Yeah.
That first one was a tough watch. The second half. The first half was fine.
First half was great.
I'd be really interested to see just what their energy looks like in this game. Are they gonna look like they don't want to go 0-2, or are they gonna rightfully feel sorry for themselves that they don't have their basketball team out there?
Oh boy, this is gonna be tough. Yeah, hard to know what to expect.
The
really.
plus 180 is kind of fun. I mean,
plus 180 is great value. I mean, I'll talk myself into that in the next 5 minutes.
Yeah,
so I'll have something on it, whether it's a sprinkle or a full unit. We'll figure that out.
It's bound to happen.
Yeah. No.
Oh yeah, it's good. Okay. So over under set at 219. I really don't feel good about too much in this game except for my lock there with Jokic over 20.5.
Yeah, I'm with you. We're very much in wait and see mode with this Nuggets team, I think, right now. So,
yep.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And the Thunder looked really good. I mean, really good. They smoked the Jazz.
Yeah.
So they scare you a little bit.
Okay. Now this one, Andre, is a little bit mind-boggling to me. We move on to baseball, where the 6-2 Rockies are taking on the lowly San Francisco Giants. The big curveball, no pun intended here, is Chichi Gonzalez on the mound for the Rockies. Now, I don't know why this is happening. They had the day off, so they could have just continued going with the 4-man rotation for another round.
That's what we would have done, as listeners know, yeah.
Yep. But no, it's going to be Chichi Gonzalez taking on Johnny Cueto. Now, Johnny Cueto is the ace for the Giants.
Yep.
And he's still got a lot. I mean, he's still a good pitcher.
Yeah.
He's still a very good pitcher.
He did well on opening day against the Dodgers, I thought.
Let's just look around baseball real quick. Let me rattle off some over-unders for you.
It's
8,
like the Rockies are playing a different sport when
8,
you look at the over-under.
9, 8, 10, 9.5, 8, 8, 8.5. Let's go to the Rockies, who host the Giants at Coors Field. 13.5, Andre. 13.5 is the over-under on this game, with Johnny Cueto on the mound and a lowly San Francisco Giants lineup facing Chichi Gonzalez. Look.
Lowly is right.
13.5. I realized that 2 of the 3 went over this weekend, and they were setting high lines. But I felt like those were fluky.
So let's get into this. The real concern is no Wade Davis, no Scott Oberg. We saw
No Way Davis is not a concern.
I guess not until you watch the game Sunday, and then that 8th and 9th inning, 5 runs allowed. Things got tricky, and Daniel Bart, the one reliever who came in and did look good, I thought every single spot Tony Walters was setting up for ended up being, not hit. So I'm very concerned about the relief situation. And that's what, on top of Chichi Gonzalez, on top of this being a right-handed heavy lineup for the Giants and the Rockies only having right-handed pitchers, relievers or starters, including Chichi, I'm a little worried. But no, righty on righty, you're right. That's an advantage here. But I don't know.
Look, I don't want to sound like an idiot, we always know that Coors Field can produce 20 runs on any given night. So I keep that in mind with everything I'm saying here. But I don't see it. First of all, I think Cueto is better than he's getting credit for here.
Yes, I agree.
And if this is going over 13.5, the Rockies are going to have to score 9 or 10, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And I don't think they're going to do that against Johnny Cueto. So I've got this as a 4-3 Rockies win. 4-2 maybe. I don't think. And I think I might be. I don't feel great about the Rockies scoring 4 runs against Johnny Cueto. Man. And Chichi Gonzalez 4-1 in September last year. Do we have that graphic?
September? Do we have the graphic? But no, 1.65 ERA in September last year for the Rockies. That's why he's been thrown into the mix compared to his 5.29 over the course of the season, and he improved his K over 9. He decreased his walks over 9, and as you said, he went 0-7 in his starts prior, and then 4-1 in September. So that's why Chichi's earned the right to come in and be the 5th starter.
You seem very unconfident in this. Under 13.5. You don't even see lines like this in the KBO.
It's so much. I know, but then I watched the bullpen give up a 5 spot.
So for me, the 2 overs that hit this weekend at Coors Field were flukes. The Wade Davis, just give me a freaking break on that one. Just make one pitch.
Disastrous.
He needed to make one pitch for us to hit the under. The second one is the Rockies were so out ahead they threw out some guy that no one's ever heard of, and Pazos, and he
They're
gave
only
up
lefty arm.
4 runs. So let's just pull up the Chichi Gonzalez graphic really quick. Okay, this is you don't even need him to be good to hit this under. I don't think you just need him to not be terrible. And with the way he improved his stuff in the end of the last year, I think he's going to not be terrible.
What's Chichi need to allow 3 and 6 for you to feel confident about your under by the time we get to the bullpen?
If he allows 3, no, he needs to allow.
I'm just reminded. This is what Senzatella did yesterday. 6 innings, 1 run allowed, and that still almost wasn't enough.
Well, that's because the Rockies' offense was popping.
They were popping.
I think Cueto. I don't feel confident about the Rockies winning this game. That's how worried about Cueto I
am. So Giants plus 114 might be worthy. Do we have an underdog parlay with Giants and Nuggets put together?
No, we're not betting on the Giants.
Okay.
But under 13.5 feels really good to me. It was actually at under 13 earlier, and I was so convinced that it was going to go the other way that I jumped on it. Now it's up a half point. So that's my lock of the game, and I think it hits convincingly. I don't even think this game hits double digits.
Should Rockies under 6.5 be a good play at plus 110?
Wow, yeah, but I'm not going to do it.
I'm going to make that my lock. I'm fine rooting for a 4-3, a 5-3. That'll be okay. You sound very bullish on Chichi Gonzalez. Maybe you feel he'll go over 2.5 strikeouts today. In September last year, he averaged 8.6 per 9.
If his name was Chichi Gonzalez, I would feel better about 3 there. I would feel better about 3, but he's only Chichi. I'm thinking 2.
Ryan.
I don't feel amazing about strikeout props ever, but he might strike out the side in the first inning.
Fair enough.
That has to entice you a little bit.
It's true.
2.5, but he's
I am reminded how bad these Giants are. That's the bottom line.
Rattle off some players for me that play for the Giants.
Evan Longoria.
Oh, yeah, we know him.
Hunter Pence.
Oh, okay, he's a guy.
Sandoval.
Yeah. How
Kung
old
Fu
are all these
Panda.
guys?
It's been a minute. These guys used to be real
Are each
good.
of
like
them over
10
30
years
years
ago.
old? They have to be, right?
Oh, I mean, they're getting close, yeah. None of them playing as well as Daniel Murphy or Matt Kemp, who are from that era as well.
Dude, Matt Kemp.
Bro. I mean, I just every inning I keep telling myself, if the starters are pitched like this, we're a contender. And then I say, if Daniel Murphy and Matt Kemp are batting like this, we're a contender.
Right. Well, they're 6-2. They're a contender.
And then I was, taking an ice pick and trying to scratch my eyes out while the bullpen was in. But, that's
Dude, the Scott Oberg news is the worst thing to happen to our over 26.5 ever. But
we're
we're
on
only
our way.
20 wins away.
Yeah. No, the thing that has me confident in the Rockies is the run differential right now. They're at plus 16.
19, I think.
Oh, plus 19. That's right. Plus 16 yesterday. So that really tells you the losses are coming by the slimmest of margins and the wins are coming by nice blowouts. So they're clearly outplaying their competition. And the Padres were maybe the hottest team in baseball coming into this series. So it's not a fluke anymore.
Think how good the run differential would be if they didn't give up.
If it wasn't for Wade Davis, you mean?
Yeah, exactly.
Think about this, Ryan.
Or Pazos.
Now they get the lowly Giants 4 games at home. They get Chichi, but then it's the top of the rotation again. 3 games in Seattle, the only away series for the next 4. And then you get Diamondbacks, who have not been good, worst team in the West so far. And, Rangers, who are 2-5 themselves. Those 2 series at home. You have 3 of 4 series at home. All series they should be favored in. They keep playing like this, you're going to get to August 16th when they start to play the Astros and Giants, and they're going to have a healthy lead in the West if they can just keep this up.
Unreal. And heck, by the end of those 4 series, we might have already hit our 26. No, I'm just kidding. But
impossible, sadly, but that'd be nice.
Yeah, it's fun.
Yeah,
and I believe that no matter who is on the mound, Matt Kemp should be hitting at Coors Field every day.
You ain't wrong. You ain't wrong at this point, brother. Yeah.
Did you see what he said yesterday? He's like, it's crazy. You don't even have to hit the ball that hard here to put it out. All you have to do is hit it on the barrel, and it's a home run.
Well, I swear, that game, you want to talk about fluky with the overs. I felt that Zach Davies, who the Padres had pitching, and, his fastball hits 88. Mm-hmm. So many of those were at the warning track. If he was 92 instead of 88, those all of a sudden becomes homers, and that under becomes a massive over. But
yeah, whatever.
Throw that out there.
Before we go any further, shout out to DraftKings, the presenting sponsor of this podcast. Man, it just continues to be more fun. Every day there's something else fun, and with all sports coming back, they just keep throwing fun promos and props at us. So you can head over to DraftKings Sportsbook right now and use the code DNVR to get a sign-up bonus up to $1,000. Don't forget, use that code DNVR right when you sign up. You'll get that sign-up bonus up to $1,000 only at DraftKings Sportsbook. Of course, you must be 21 or older, Colorado only. Bonus comprised of first deposit bonus and a first bet match, each up to $500. Deposit bonus requires a 25x playthrough and restrictions do apply. See DraftKings.com/sportsbook for details. And if you have a gambling problem, call 1-800-522-4700. So anyways, Dre, I feel fantastic about that under 13.5. I think things are getting a little out of hand here with that.
Yeah.
They're saying
Coors over-unders have been insane.
They're saying Coors is being played on the moon.
Pretty much. Yeah.
And, to be truthful,
at times there
have been some Coors-y moments out there, like what Matt Kemp is talking about. It's great weather today. So, look, like I said, you take these unders fully knowing that the team go out there, score 8 runs in the first inning, and you're hosed.
Yeah.
But I feel pretty good about it, and I think that, the Rockies can get by with this bullpen. I'm worried about the long-term effects of it, but right now I think they can get by. We haven't even mentioned the fact that Nolan Arenado is not playing very well.
Oh, that's the
and
other
the Rockies
thing
are
that
6-2.
Yep. I was texting that to a friend, was that we're contenders, because if this is how well they're playing without Nolan really batting at all, forget about it.
What worries me, though, is that Nolan comes back and everyone regresses.
That's Rockies baseball.
Yes, 100%.
Yeah. We need to keep the complimentary baseball at least. That's going to be a key here. But, no, it's been exciting, man.
Anything else you like on the slate today?
I mean, there's there's a few things to like. You know,
go ahead.
I would love, and I just don't understand what the Pacers. They really impressed me there against the Sixers in that heartbreaker. And another team that has not impressed me has been the Pelicans, who just did not get the memo that everyone was counting on them to really pull through here. And they play against the Grizzlies, who the Grizz can basically lock this up.
Wow.
And you can get the Grizz at plus 155. So I like that pick. I'm going to throw the Pacers in some sort of parlay because they're a massive, massive favorite at minus 385. And, man, I think the Lakers are getting way too much juice at minus 265 against the Jazz here.
So wouldn't you just be interested in the 6.5 there?
I would.
You know what you could do,
that
Dre,
is the right way
you
to
could throw the 6.5 with Pacers minus 8.5. Turn that into a little teaser. You can get the Pacers down to like 3.5 and the Jazz up to like 11.5.
I like that a lot.
That's what I'm here for.
I love this.
I know the intricacies. I might not get out the best picks, but I know how to build a. Do we have the records, by the way? Have we pulled that up yet? Okay.
Oh, good.
We're doing all right here since sports return. We're both,
Oh yeah, we're doing fine units wise.
Yeah, we're doing well on units.
I mean, shoot, you take
Comes
that
down to units in the end.
Take Friday out of the mix. We're on a heater. Also, you can get Jacob deGrom against the Braves at just minus 129 if you just take the Mets money line.
Yeah, and Mace actually said once again hit that the strikeouts prop. It's I believe 7.5 today, which is juicy. But
that's beautiful.
He's only had 7 or less in his last 9 starts against the Braves once.
Wow. Yeah, you can get the over at minus 134. That's nice.
So. Few other things out there on the slate, but we got this Nuggets game coming up here in just a few minutes, so we'll be watching, and another great day of Denver sports. So
here.
Thanks for tuning in to us on DNVR Bets Daily. I'm on too many different freaking shows. That's going to wrap it up for us today. We'll talk to you tomorrow.